Hi girls, it's Jenny with Planet Perfect. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about willpower. How to get the most out of your willpower before you run out of steam. Stay tuned. Welcome back, girls. If you're new to me, welcome. I am founder of Planner Perfect and an artist, and I also coach women how to write a better story for their lives. I'm also a homeschooling mom of 8. So welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you think that you gain some value from things that I present. And if you are coming back, welcome back. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about willpower, and we really wanna hold on to as much willpower as we can. But first I'm gonna tell you how willpower actually works and kind of a some of the willpower that I have in my tool belt that I use. And I did it really unknowingly until I understood why I was able to get more done when I did this. So stay tuned to the end, because I've got some really great information on how you can really hit your goals, hit the things that you want to get done, and get ahead of the game. Because I think a lot of times, us women in particular, and especially if we do have kids under feet, we tend to run out of steam, or not quite get enough done, or frankly are just uninspired by our own plans. That was one of the questions I did receive on my IG, and so if you're listening, I think that this is really going to help. So the whole idea with willpower is that, you know, it does run out, okay? And you have the most willpower in the morning when you first wake up. It's like it's a fresh new day. Everything is fresh, you're recharged, and that is when you have the most willpower to get things done. Some people find that they have to be in the rears and do it in the evening. And if that's you and you turning your clock around for a season, then so be it. You know, you still have your day to do stuff. And I just find that getting a foothold of the day is like one of the best ways to be able to succeed in the things that you're going to do. Because otherwise, like even for me, who had seasons of maybe staying up a little bit later and it had to be, found that I still really struggled and flailed throughout the day. And I don't like that feeling either. I'd rather have, you know, my day have a good foothold on it, and things are organized and kind of going according to plan for the most part. So one of the things that you want to know about willpower is that every time you make a decision, once you wake up, you're using your willpower. So even if you are getting up and you're just getting a cup, or when you decide to wake up, that's using your willpower, first off. When you go and get a cup of coffee, that's another decision, and you're using your willpower. And so it's not even just a matter of you actually doing something in a forward momentum. Willpower is just exerted, just being up and moving and making decisions. So that's, I think, what you have to really understand, and maybe it'll kind of help you weed through reasons why you don't seem to get some things done. So I know for me that if I just don't move fast enough, or if I don't stay according to my plan, then I am in the rears automatically. I mean, because that's a decision to not move. And it just kind of keeps that momentum going, where I actually am just continually behind. So you really want to make sure that you're making the correct decisions by your willpower in the beginning, and it will become more of a habit, and you will just get up and move, and then you really don't have to use much of your willpower up. So if I just am automatically like beep, actually I never get up by an alarm. I just literally wake up at like 5 or 6, and whatever time that is, I just get up. So I just get up, I make the decision, I go do coffee, and then I do my quiet time. And this is where my trap is that I'm alone, no one is up, and Jenny wants to sit there for a cool 2 hours, like doing not only my quiet time, but Facebook and IG and YouTube, and I can get really lost in the whole thing of it. So I have to really put myself in a situation where I am, I have to hold myself accountable to a certain allotted time so I can keep going. So when I do that, I get so much more done. And one of my things that I love to do, since getting ready in the morning takes energy, it takes willpower, it takes so much efforting, that every time there's so many decisions to be made. I'm telling you, by the time I get dressed sometimes, if I'm not careful, again, it's like my Bible study in the morning. It's like I'll just spend too long getting ready, and then by that time I'm like dressed and know where to go, and then I don't even want to do anything anymore. I mean, that's what I have found. So what I love to do is keep myself on schedule with what I have planned, which is usually I'll spend an hour with the Lord, and then I will go over my plans, and then I stay in my pajamas. I call it my power hour, where I stay in my pajamas because I'm jammied out, my hair's in a high bun, everyone's still asleep, and I can get my dishes out quietly, get breakfast ready, everything what I'm gonna do for the boys for breakfast. I'm actually starting my laundry, I'm doing my emails, I'm sending out things and doing things that I need to do for my business. And I'm just prepping and getting ready without getting dressed first. There was a time period where I felt, okay, first things first, I've got to go take my shower first, and then I get moving with my day dressed. And that just has proven to be not very good for me. And especially if you do, if you're like me, okay, maybe you're not, but when I get ready, I really want to be ready and presentable for anything. If the door rings, if I need to run out, if I want to do a quick video, I am presentable, and I spend about 1 full hour of a shower, first my shower, and then getting ready. It'll take 1 full hour. It really does. So I allot myself that 1 hour. I can get ready much quicker than that, and I can do that, but I do allot just that 1 hour. And then I'll get in my shower and I'll schedule my other things that I need to do for the rest of the day. And anyway, I don't know what that was. And so I just schedule myself all the rest of the things for the rest of the day that aren't like hardcore things that I know that I have to do. So someone did ask, how do you stay motivated in doing your goals and things that you want to pursue? And first off, I feel like when you plan with this method, you have the opportunity to be scripting out your why more, like why you're doing it. You want to really keep yourself motivated. I want to make sure that everything is organized for the boys for breakfast, so that they don't come to me wondering what they're going to eat because I'm making it all. If I'm cutting out sugars and things like that, it's really stuff I have to prepare and have to make for the kids. And so it's kind of like I want to be prepared so that they're not coming to me and I'm scrambling. That's a horrible feeling. So my why for getting up and getting motivated is so that I can get that done. If I want to pursue something with my business, it's inspiring to me because I really want to get it done. And so if I allot a certain time that I know that I can take advantage of that, then I'm inspired just by that. And I think it's just because I found a pocket of time, it's for me to pursue, and I'm excited about it. If it's exercising or something like that, and maybe you're not gung-ho, I think you just need to get into this mode of operation, and same with chores or anything else that's not like, woohoo, exciting, but yet it's part of your overall joy, peace, and happiness to get it done. And so nothing is more satisfying than having, an organized home, a clean home, my emails done, I have all of the stuff I need to have for work done on time. And that just takes really strategic planning, some choreography, and doing it when I feel like it or not. And inspiration was there when I was doing it, and I know I have to do it and I want to do it, so I will just do it. And I'm so happy that I do. Some things, if there is a new goal that you're doing for yourself and trying to pursue, whether it be writing a book or whatever it may be, a new business adventure on your own, you know, if it's so hard and you're not really getting motivated to do that, then I would reevaluate your goals. There's always that. So I will, if something gets put off long enough, then I reevaluate it. Like, is this something that I really can't do right now? And sometimes it just needs to be put on hold, you know, and postponed. And I've talked about that in other videos. A lot of times, if there is something a goal that we want to pursue and it wasn't getting done and we kept putting it off, then reevaluate it, because maybe it just needs a solid postpone. And maybe it just needs to be changed up and rearranged. Maybe you don't want to do it anymore. But it's worth looking into so that you don't have this constant, I feel like it's a mind bog, because it stays in your mind, and it's like part of why you might feel incompetent. You know what I mean? So it's always good to keep a fresh, unloaded mind, always reevaluating things in the mind so that you aren't holding on to something that's actually draining your batteries. Because something like that can really be a drain on your batteries. Like, wow, I really can't even do this. What's the point? But if you look at it, and if you even seen it in one of my videos, I even postponed where I was doing the treadmill for a while. I was like, I am gonna cut that out of my life. I thought I could do it, get up at 5, do this and that, but I wanted to get my health more tweaked. I thought, I can't do it. It was exhausting me. It wasn't my timing. And since I buzz around here and get 10,000 steps anyways, I was like, I'm gonna put that on hold. And so even if it seems like it's really good for you or something you should be doing, maybe right now you can't do it. So you need to put it on hold. And when I took that off my planner, and when I got that out and reevaluated and looked at it and said, I'm going to wait, I felt like a load was off. I was like, I feel good. It was like, whew, now I can focus on some other things and get things done that I was too tired for, or whatever. I had too much on my plate and things like that. So always use that rule of thumb that, you know, there's several things you need to look at. And that is, if it's something that you really want to do and you are at once was invigorated to do, you know you got to do it, then sometimes you got to do it to create that habit of just getting up and doing it. And it's just the just do it slogan. I've talked about that before in other videos. Like, you don't really want to do your kitchen, but you know you'll be happy if when you wake up and it's clean, then just get up and just do it. And it's just something that you got to do. You just got to do it. And that's just, not all the time are you just like, I am floating on inspiration 24/7. It's not going to be the case. It's, a lot of times it just takes some good old discipline. You know what I mean? And like my mom always says, if you really want something done and you want it done well, it's going to take some time and it's going to take some work, okay? And I never really liked those words from coming out of her mouth, especially as a kid. My mom would always be like, you know what? I really want to see you on your hands and knees cleaning that area. And I was like, that sucks, okay? I don't want to do that. But I've learned that from that, you know, if you really want to get something clean and if you really want to get something done, it's going to take some work. There's really no shortcut. I hate to tell you, you just have to do it. And to be great and to be successful, you got to do it anyway. And you got to do the hard stuff, and you got to do it. And you're going to be really glad that you did. And to create your days around those goals to help ignite you and push you is what you have to do, so that you're not constantly in a struggle mode. It's just more of a mind over matter at that point where you're like, okay, here we go, let's do it. And just like with starting up anything new that it's not a habit yet, you just got to do it. And pretty soon it just kind of comes automatic pilot that this is what you do. And that is that. And so, you know, use the jammy power hour to get some really righteous things done. I find it to be absolutely perfect. So like all that dirty work's done, you know, like you've cleaned up your, you know, you got everything ready, you got dishes out, you're doing this, you're doing that, you know, you're kind of working up a sweat even, and you're getting all this done. And then you can take your shower, you're all fresh and clean, you spent your time, and then you're ready to do that second half of the things that you want to accomplish. And maybe it's with kids or with this or business or this or this or this. And this could even pertain to maybe weekends if you are working, you know, during the week or whatever. It can apply to anything. Just, it's a tool thing that you can use that'll kind of ignite you into getting things done and using up the most of your willpower when you've got the most energy, when you're the most up and ready, when you are most inspired to get things done. It's always like, okay, it's a new day. Let's do this. You know what I mean? So, and I do love to do that when I can. I can't do it a lot either because I have grandbabies at 7 a.m. I've got things I'm doing, but whenever I can take advantage of that, it's like my hair's in a bun and I'm doing all that like deep clean stuff, or I'm doing something, you know, and it's just something that kind of keeps me, it doesn't stop me. Like my willpower literally gets stopped when I take my shower. It's like, that's like a hindrance. You know what I mean? So usually what I'll do then, even during the week, when I have to get up really early and all that, it's usually like a bun day, but I've got a little bit of mascara on and foundation, and I'm cute, but I'm ready, and that's all I need. Whereas other days where I'll schedule like even YouTube videos, or if I'm gonna run errands or have family over, those are the days that I'll really get a lot of stuff done. I'll use that as my power, my girl power, get all that done, take my shower later so it doesn't interrupt my flow. And then I'm ready for the day, and I can just do light stuff or prep food, or go somewhere with my husband real quick, or take kids here or that, you know what I mean? So it's just one of the things that I know that I can access when I need to. So I hope that that's really helped you in being able to utilize the most of your energy, of your time, your willpower to succeed at the things you really want to do, how you can also just use discipline to make sure that you are succeeding at the things you want to do, and also using the option of looking at the things that are continually not being, where you're not pursuing them, so that you can look at them and decide whether or not maybe you want to remove them from your life, or maybe they need a hard postpone. Those things will really help get that out of your head, and then free your mind up to be able to focus on what really matters and what really needs to get done. So I hope that that's helped, and until next time we're together, bye-bye.